Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's kit is the Star Wars Airwing Resistance Fighter from Revell. This is kit number 06759 and it consists of 25 parts. It's intended for ages 6 and up and it consists of lights and sounds, as well as some movable parts. And the scale for this kit is 1:44. Now let's cut it open and see what's inside. The larger pieces are protected with clamshell packaging. And like with the other kits in this range, everything is pre-coloured, and which basically means all I need to do is a weathering pass, and that helped to make it look a little bit less like a toy. Right, we have a few little baggies with the remainder of the parts. I'll open all them up in a moment. The first sheet of paper comes with some battery information, and yes, this kit does come with batteries. Next we have the full colour assembly instructions. There are 13 steps to cover all together, and it looks fairly straightforward. Since this is a snap together kit, you won't need any glue. And you can see by the instructions it also comes with a pilot, and that always helps to sell the believability. Right, all the parts are out of the bag and ready to be assembled. But first I'm going to dig out the old silver ribbon buff, and I give it a gentle pass over all the metallic areas. This is just a quick way of enhancing the grey paint, and this is added to the jet engines, the landing feet and in the cockpit area, and will basically add a little bit of a shine when the vehicle is moved. And now for step 1, attaching the cockpit cover. This is just the rear part, the front part will be added later. Step 2 requires the corner pieces to be added to the base, and they just slot into place. In between those parts goes in the engine, and that's stage 3 done. And you can see how quick and uncomplicated each stage is. And for the next stage I slot in each of the 3 landing gears. Stage 5 is just a matter of attaching the top and bottom halves together. This needs a bit of a wiggle to line up all the pegs. Step 6 means we can insert the pilot, as well as the front piece of glass for the cockpit. And this is how it's looking so far. Now to start assembling the jet engines. These comprise 3 pieces, and the middle one is clear, and this is where the lights will come through. Next I need to add on the upper and lower fins, as well as the rudder type hoop at the back. There's 2 of these to construct, a left side and a right side, and they both have different pegs so you can't mix them up, and then it's just a matter of sliding them into place until they click. Then the last 2 pieces to add are the laser cannons for either side. Frustratingly there are holes under both of these, which makes it look like a toy. These can be filled in if need be, but I'm never going to show the underside of this. As well as the cockpit canopy, the other moving parts are the landing gears. But we're not finished just yet. Using my black panel liner, I would enhance some details. As you can see, all these lines which were nearly invisible are really obvious now. This process essentially gives it some shading, and I use a cotton bud to clean up any overspills. The sound and lights are controlled by this button. They're nothing spectacular, but it's still a nice little feature. To make it look like some of the paint has worn off, I'll move back onto the ribbon buff. I'm only going fairly light with this, I don't need it to look too damaged. And on top of that I also add on a brown wash, and this should be predominantly heavier lower down, as gravity plays its part in these events, and it's just a matter of dabbing off the excess until you have the right amount remaining. And once again I'm going fairly light with this, basically just enough to make it not look pristine. And there we have it, our completed resistance airwing fighter. I've loved this design since it was introduced in Return of the Jedi, so it's nice to get my hands on this updated kit. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.